Hey, collective. Happy motherfucking Lionsgate. So, yeah, if you don't know what the Lionsgate portal is, it is a time of heightened awareness, effortless ascension, uh, and it's also one of the times that the Archangel Metatron tends to communicate with folks more often. Um, it's the right hand of God, man. Very, very powerful angel. So hopefully everybody's doing good. Um, I've already connected to the divine and done my thing. So let's get this shit in like pockets. Holy Spirit, what are the messages that we as a collective of starseeds need to hear on this beautiful Lionsgate portal day? Hey, feeling great. Got cards all backwards in my deck. I'm sorry, that bothers me. They're like so. My cards from this morning. All right, try this again. Redo. Yeah, so today I'm going to pull from the Starseed Oracle, obviously. After that, I'll probably go for the Egyptian Gods Oracle deck. I finally managed to get some guidebooks on some of the ones that I didn't have. Some of the ones I didn't think even needed. Ooh, here we go. Didn't even need a guidebook, but they have pretty extensive explanations in the guidebook, so I was kind of stoked that I did it. So the first one is All Paths Lead Home, and it's inner authority, intuition, and turn your gaze within. Okay. It's normal to look to the external world for answers and guidance. What's revolutionary is turning your gaze inward. You're being called to source your guidance from within. Excuse me, throat chakra. To study the terrain of your inner landscape, to develop a reliable relationship with your soul. The more time you spend connecting with your soul, the deeper the connection will become. The challenge for empaths is staying connected without cutting off from the world. The best way to do this is to develop a daily practice that helps you to keep checking in, to draw on the wisdom within, and let that be the authority in your life. If this card appears, you may be called to develop or switch up your spiritual practice, to get in the habit of turning your gaze within, getting centered for the day, before consuming anything from the outside world. To start from a feeling of at-homeness, and throughout each day to find simple ways to keep coming home. This doesn't mean switching off from the realities of today's world. We need as many conscious people as possible living with their eyes wide open. Rather, it's a call to start your day from a place of connectedness, grace, and devotion. So when you go out into the world and when you let the world in, you do it from an unshakable state of being, a state where you draw your strength, authority, and guidance from a place deep, deep within. The inquiry on this is, how are you being called to turn your gaze within? Checking in with self, man. Like, literally, like, especially as empaths, you have to understand what's yours and what's not yours. Not just having that discernment to decide which is which, but also to trust your inner guidance as to how to deal with energies, whether it be yours or others. So yeah, fall into my arms. Surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life. Okay, let's see. Damn. The Great Mother ushered you in when you took your first breath, and she'll be there when you draw your last. She knows how challenging life can be, that being human can be lonely and confusing, that the polarity and separation can be excruciating when your soul remembers the oneness of Source, but at the same time it can be incredibly glorious and sweet. So often we see things as either good or bad. When things go well, we make it mean that we're being rewarded, and when things are bad, then perhaps we've done something wrong. However, we're all here to expand and grow, and it's through the extremes of life that we do exactly that. You're being invited to welcome the highs and the lows of the human experience, to let them initiate you more fully into life, the agony and the ecstasy, the beauty and the bitterness. This life is but a single breath in the inextinguishable existence of your experience as a soul. The Great Mother wants you to hand over your loneliness, worries, hurt, sorrow, fears, burdens, and doubts, to lay them on her altar, to fall fully into her arms, to remember that while these extremes are difficult, they can also be magnificent. The more wildly the pendulum of your life swings, the more truthfully you can say, I truly lived. Starseed activation on this one. So if you would, put your hand over the portal of the hearts and repeat after me. I'm ready to I'm ready to embrace the extremes of my life. I lay all that I'm carrying onto the Great Mother's altar and fall completely into her arms. I mean, that's obviously a card of divine trust and surrender. So, yeah. Yeah. All right, we're going to go on to the Egyptian Gods Oracle. Holy Spirit, are there any messages from our forefathers that we need to hear? Maybe just one? Okay. So it's card number 30, Ammit, Devastation. And I have it on my telephone now. Okay. God of Hell and the Afterlife. Hybrid figure of a lion, crocodile, and hippopotamus, which devours the souls and hearts of those who made mistakes in life. Excessive pride, presumption, greed, eagerness for conquest. Ammit represents the consequences of past mistakes. You may have to face a drastic change with the elimination of the lifestyle you were used to, or a crisis with your partner, or a painful breakup with the consequent collapse of your defenses. But everything can be resolved if you reflect as soon as possible on the solutions to bring about a positive change. You can give rise to a totally new recovery, change your perspective, and take up new positions. To me, that sounds like a card of accountability. And with living your karma and things like that, it's like that fall into my arms. You're not being punished sometimes. You are just living. But there are times when you're living karma, and I think at those times it's best to just have that acceptance and grace within the situation. Self-awareness is key. If you move from a place of integrity and love, you won't have to worry about suffering consequences. So that's just my personal opinion. I'm going to go for a sacred geometry card. Since today is that Lionsgate portal day, let's get us some sacred geometry activations. Holy Spirit, are there any messages that we need to hear as a collective of starseeds seeking knowledge? Sorry, I'm trying to look it up on my phone. Boom, okay. Okay. Okay, maybe not. Can we please get just one message? Got it. Hi. So, number 21, Divine Feminine. I like that when it's symmetrical. There we go. The frequency of Divine Feminine supports our receptive, nurturing, and soft side, allowing it to express itself openly and helping us to connect to our intrinsic understanding of our connection to all of creation. Unity consciousness is definitely something that needs to be worked on, especially when you're checking in with self and things like that. Balancing that masculine and that feminine energy is it's difficult. I have been thought of as gay and everything else because people see me in such a masculine stance. I guess mostly because of my work, maybe because of my size, I don't know. But it's very difficult because I don't think I'm butch. Like, I don't know, it's like a thing. Like, I love glitter, bro. I don't know. I was raised around all boys, so balancing those aspects of character, it's definitely difficult. A lot of my partners have said that I demasculate them. I totally said that wrong, but I don't I don't know. Anyways, you know what I'm talking. You're nom chalky, okay? You know what I'm talking about. So, but it's really, I think that that's like super ugly because of the fact that like it's like a narcissistic just projection, and it's fucked up because it really did affect me at those times because I was like, how am I being offensive? How am I being too aggressive? How am I being too masculine? But yeah, so okay, so 21, Divine Feminine, it says what the card says. Three-dimensional reality is based on the duality between opposites and their eternal movement toward union. Everything is created in pairs, male and female, matter, spirit, empty, full, dark, light, and so on. Without the tension caused by the magnetic push and pull of duals, sorry, I gotta make it a little bigger. There would be no movement, and without movement, there would be no life as we know it. When the push and pull of opposites is equal, a state of balance is achieved. For humans to live harmoniously with each other, the masculine and the feminine have to reach a state of union, both outward in relationship with each other, as well as inward in a balanced state of heart, mind, and soul. The masculine and feminine attributes inside all of us have to be fully realized, understood, and expressed. Now that we are moving into a new energy, the enhanced qualities of these two opposites in human nature are emerging and urging us to let go of the roles we have traditionally assigned in the past, allowing a new masculinity and a new femininity to arise. The divine feminine is fluid and receptive. It surrenders and opens, and is able to easily give way and pull toward galaxies of emptiness and higher consciousness when facilitated by true divine masculinity. This femininity is intrinsically connected to the higher realms and Mother Earth, giving birth to life ideas, expression, and dreams. The color pink is associated with the universal love for oneself and others, with sweetness and with tenderness and care, all attributes that are not answering. um, okay, so all attributes. Sorry, I totally lost my space. For oneself with sweetness and with tenderness and care, all attributes that are associated with feminine qualities. Brighter pink brings in an aspect of aliveness, excitement, high energy, and power. There are various elements of the flower of life visible as a reference to the three-dimensional reality we are creating here on Earth. The light blue refers to our ability to express ourselves with honesty and tenderness and kindness. The 4 stars in the corners refer to our form-based reality. The water in the background is representative of the emotional plane, the realm mostly associated with the feminine. Try this. Close your eyes and go inside yourself. The feminine nature is to love, nurture, and guide through intention. Are you allowing this? Are you loving toward others? How about toward yourself? Do you express your femininity, that is a hard word, without holding back? Take some time tonight to do something loving and special for yourself to spark your femininity. So yeah, let's see. Okay, and then we're gonna do, sorry, I was listening to the people driving like idiots outside. The Healing Energy Oracle. Holy Spirit, are there any messages from the Healing Energy Oracle deck that we need to be mindful of as a collective of starseeds? Taking them as too many. Boom. Okay. Voice of the heart. I silence the fear in me and discover the voice of my heart. The fruit of these words guides me. I trust the song of my soul. My intuition leads me on the path of light. It's a pretty card. These are really pretty cards, actually. And it's crazy because when I was younger, the first kind of spiritual type situation I was ever exposed to was fairies, and upon more investigation into fairies and things like that, I was shown pictures like this, and that they were just energetic frequencies, and so every time I see these I just think of a bunch of fairies. Faithfulness. I commit to my mind, heart, and will. I am devoted to the needs of my soul. I trust in myself, in God, and the universe. Divine surrender and trust, bro. And the more you trust, the more you'll receive. Learning to love myself. Oh, sorry. That's the yeah. I choose to see the beauty in me. My wealth lies in my nature and potential. I transform my weaknesses into strengths. I realize that I am a being of light, and I allow myself to shine. I think that, like, you know, when the haters start running their mouths, I mean, I don't know about everybody, but as starseeds, I think that's like one of the prerequisites is like feeling odd and like never really fitting in. When people start running their mouths, like, transmute that shit. Like, people are always going to be adverse to what they don't understand. It kind of creates fear. So, yeah. Okay. We're only at 20. I'm going to go with Ina Segal's Heal Yourself. Oracle deck. Oh, excuse me. Are there any messages that we can look to for healing as a collective currently? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Home. Okay, so I totally have that on here too. Heal yourself. And it's card number 35, which is an 8. Get synchronistic in the serendipitous situation. Let's see. Come on, Booger. There we go. Okay. Boom. Let me make it a little bigger. And I don't know if she's homesick or... Okay, yeah, so how do you keep recreating home? In the context of this teaching, let us use the word home to describe our unconscious ability to attract intimate partners with the positive and negative qualities your parents instilled in you. This card honors the wounded child in you that keeps recreating home, hoping to get your childhood developmental codependency needs met. You might even provoke the other to act or look like your original parent. In a world where so many of our natural emotions were not encouraged, worse yet, suppressed, you are now encouraged to feel the feelings trapped inside you and that constantly sabotage your life. For some of us, home was an amazing, empowering, and happy place, but for most of us, it was lacking. There was unease and hurt. This is imprinted on your nervous system, which forces the dysfunction you had with your parents to rise to the surface with your current partner and people close to you. The action on this one is maybe your guardian's faces didn't show you love through the vital stages of development. Maybe there was abandonment or abuse. Have courage now to feel where the frozen pain is stored and grieve. Use music, photos, movement, and memories to connect with your inner child. Touch your body to touch your body. Touch your body to intensify the sensations you are experiencing with the intention of releasing stuck emotions. Which to me that sounds kind of like Reiki healing. So yeah. An evolved partner or friend can role play with you by offering you a non-judgmental and kind gaze as you express your story or feelings. Then your partner can play the role of your parent and tell you that you are lovable. Spend time communicating with the little you and be gentle and loving. I want to have like a super healthy relationship with my next partner. I want them to accept my healing energy and I want them to reciprocate. That just kills me. A horse that kills itself at the well. It just dumbfounds me that answers and healing and help are there for so many people and they just refuse. Absolutely fucking refuse. I'm going to go for the Archangel Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. Angelic guidance, por favor. I fucking love the angels. There's some people they're like, oh, I'm in love with God, or oh, I'm in love with Jesus, and I'm so touched by that, and literally the angels are my shizzle. That's my guys. Are there any messages that we can get from the angels currently? Okay. Oh. Madness. Pure fucking madness. I just hit my face on my fruit bowl. Fruit basket. Okay, God. Fuck you, Dougie. Okay. Counselor. Archangel Azrael. You are a natural counselor, and many people benefit from your guidance and reassurance. And it's crazy. I was just talking about that. Like, I want to be home. I want to be safety net. I want to be my next partner's peace, and I want that reciprocated. Like, and I think as humans, I mean, of course, everybody wants that. Everybody seeks that, but how many people stand strong until that's what they receive? I mean, yeah. I mean, patterns, bro. Like, Carl Jung said it himself, you know, like, literally, like, if you're not addressing your shadow aspects, those patterns implement themselves in your life and become stuck problems. Like, literally, like, that's not verbatim what he said, but that's the summation of it. So yeah, I'm gonna run the Rebel deck and just go ahead and close it out. I think I've pulled a lot right now. Yeah. Holy Spirit, can we get some giggles on this piece right here? Yeah, run it. Okay. Don't fucking force it. Allow that shit to come to you. And that is definitely a thing right now for me, is proving how fucking feminine I am and allowing myself to sit back in that receptive divine feminine energy and not chase and not seek and just trust and know that what's mine will reach me. It's going to be so much better than anything I've experienced because I put that promise that I've been made from the divine to a fucking test, you know what I mean? Like, it's a thing. So, love. Get some, give some. It will cheer your ass up. Only if it's healthy and authentic. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut it with that, I guess. Yeah. I thought it was gonna be bigger. I'm awful, but I love you guys, and if you're still here, high five, team. That's what's up. Enjoy your Lionsgate, and don't doubt any downloads, and be gentle with yourself. Ascension, flu, things like that, they're real fucking things, man. Don't medicate. Don't try to soothe your symptoms or whatever, you know. Lean into that shit, dude. It's like riding a motorcycle, you know what I mean? Like, when you're turning, like, and that shit's like, oh, like, you lean into that shit. Get that shit. So, yeah. Maybe I'm a little masculine too much sometimes. But don't worry about it, okay? I love you guys. Be well.